I want to talk about a concept today that is so near and dear to me, and it's called the concept that you're not broken. There's nothing broken about you. In Eastern philosophy, they say that the true self can never be harmed, can never be broken, can never be burned, can never be cut. And that's because there's two aspects of our experience. The one aspect is our non-changing spiritual self, and the other aspect is our ego and our conditioning, our mind. And what a lot of people confuse is conditioning equals wounds. And there is no woundedness in conditioning. Conditioning is actually a natural, healthy process that our ego has developed to survive in the world. So if some event happened, the conditioning would come in to help protect you and help you survive whatever happened. So that conditioning itself is working properly. It's not broken. So if you can look at your life, and yes, conditioning is real. We have things that happen to our life. Sometimes terrible things happen. But if we think that we're broken in those ways and that there's something really damaged in us, how can we ever change? How can we ever escape that? So what we want to look at is what conditioning was created out of that experience, and how can I see that conditioning as a beautiful gift, but there's a time to outgrow it. So let's say you raise your hand in class when you were a kid, and you raise your hand and the teacher says you are wrong, and the whole class laughs at you. And you think, I am stupid. And you start really withdrawing and saying, I'm not going to put myself out there again because everyone thinks I'm dumb. And you go into adulthood, you forgot you made that decision, and you find that no matter what you do, you have a fear of putting yourself out there. Now, some people would call that a wound, but it's just these things happen to everybody. And really what happened is that your ego decided that it's best for you to be quiet because it didn't like that feeling, that unpleasant feeling of being laughed at. So the ego did a perfect job of protecting you back then. But now that you're an adult, and now that you have higher cognition and understanding of yourself, even spiritual knowledge, you can look at that experience and from the past and say, oh, I was just a child. I didn't know the difference that other people's opinions didn't matter, and you can now make a conscious choice. So really, you always have the choice to step out of that conditioning. The true self in you, in that experience, on the deep level, never was touched by it. Just that conditioning of the ego level, just that very surface part of you that's not even real. It's so thin and so fragile. It's just this tiny little piece. And the real truth of who we are is so big and so grand that we don't need to kind of work on this little tiny sliver of human experience when we have this amazing, powerful self right within us that is already pure, powerful potential and untouched by that experience. Of course, we want to understand that experience. We want to understand the patterns around it. We don't want to just push it away or ignore it. But if we could come from it a place of I was never broken in the first place, it's going to be easier for you to step into your true self. If you approach this experience as if I'm broken, I'm wounded, you're going to spend a lot of time working with that emotion that happened and, healing it and then going, oh, it must have been a past life. And you're spending so much time in the past that you forget to live your life. And so my invitation for you is not to ignore the past, not to push it away, not to repress it, but to look at it from new eyes. Look at it from the perspective of your true self, this witness mind that witnesses your little ego having this experience in the world, but is untouched by it. The part of you that was never broken. And I promise you, if you just shift that perspective and you can look at those past experiences and how they condition you and make choices outside of that old pattern, you can start to see how powerful you really are. I promise you, all the positive affirmations aren't going to change you if you're still coming from that ego level of something happened to me, something broke me. So this may be controversial. But I wanted to get this message out because I really feel there is a potential in all of you, and we're spending too much time in the past when our life is ticking away and we can really be doing something wonderful and creative and powerful in our lives. So I hope you love this message. I hope it resonates with you, and I'll see you in the next video.